Do you feel like you're wasting time? Because I do a lot. And I wonder why that is. Uh, I feel like anybody who knows me would probably say that I'm doing, you know, I'm not doing nothing, but I feel like I'm never doing enough. And I feel like nothing is ever happening as fast as I want it to. You know what I mean? And so one could argue that my main issue is probably an amount of impatience, which I would agree with. I would say that I'm probably just a little bit impatient as to I don't know, get somewhere, see some level of success. You know, not that I even really know what it is that I want at this point. I just know that I want to be. I'm in a hurry to get to the next place, even though I don't fully know what the next place is. And so that's probably part of my problem. Um, but I would imagine that also, I think that while I'm impatient and it's definitely, probably to a detriment and it makes me, get, disheartened in projects and things that I'm doing. Whoa, fuck. My bad. Um, while I might, get disheartened because of it, because I'm not getting where I want to be fast enough, or I'm not achieving, whatever, I'm not where I feel I should be as opposed to where I am currently. Even though it takes time to get to places, um, I feel as though I'm probably misusing the impatience on some level, because I think you can use it to an advantage on some level. I feel like, if I was truly smart about it, I'd probably use it as an excuse to just turn out garbage, to just make really bad content really fast, you know? Because I feel like I don't know, after so many times of like, I think just going through the motions of like sitting around being like, I'm not doing enough, I'm wasting my time, I wanna make something, I wanna be somewhere. It's like, I always kind of come back to the idea of like, oh, I think I always come back to YouTube, I guess, in that sense. And I always just start making something like this or something adjacent to it. I'll always find my way back to a creative project, no matter how disheartened I become. And I think that that's a pretty good indication that I'm probably in the right line of work, so to speak. Um, but for me, it is just a matter of like, I don't know, it's really easy to fall off the wagon. I think when you're chasing your dreams, especially if they're creatively oriented, I think you're almost always combating the idea of it not working out or giving up and going to something a bit more traditionally successful, which is like a fair and reasonable thought to have. I think that wanting a creative career of any medium is not for the faint of heart, because there's definitely going to be a large portion of time where you are not doing anything that anyone would call successful. There's definitely going to be a lot of floundering for a while. And I think that I'm still myself and my associates, as I'll call them. I feel we're all still probably very much on the ground floor of this. We might be a little further along than we think, but I think that I tend to downplay our skill anyway, just because I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I think we're good, but I don't think we're. I don't think bloated egos will bring us to success. I think we could. I think we still have a lot to learn, and I think we have a lot to improve. Uh, myself as well. This is another reason I want to try to keep up this YouTube channel. Uh, this time, I probably said that last time I was doing this, but I want to keep it up for real this time because I feel that if YouTube is a platform that I'm going to try to use or be on for just about any project, I feel like I should probably stick around and make more stuff on it so I can try to learn it a bit better. Uh, and so, I mean, that being said, I mean, like anybody watching this, I don't know if whoa, old Minecraft noises. I don't know if anybody watching this, any small scale channel type fellas. I mean, if you got anything to share from your limited experience, I'd like to hear it. I feel like to quote a film that might be divisive to some, as they say in High School Musical, we're all in this together. I feel that we're all in the sort of what I'll call the communal rat race of trying to make some sort of name for ourselves or find some level of success on the internet. I feel like we're all here for similar reasons. I feel like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and whatnot all sort of have the innate draw of self-employment and sort of creative freedom and the ability to do whatever you want, which is really, I think, the main draw, quite frankly, of this type of career path. And well, I wouldn't say I'm really on this career path. I would say that I'd like to make a proper attempt at it, and I think that this YouTube channel isn't necessarily that. I think it's sort of adjacent to it because for me, this particular channel is more about me being able to do something like this, I guess, and just sit and I don't know, talk. I guess I don't know. I'm just trying to sort of get more comfortable with the idea of this. This channel is mostly a breeding ground for failure. It's for me to just make a bunch of stuff like this and I guess see what happens because I think that that's like the big thing. I think everybody when they're younger, especially people of like my generation, kind of end up in this place of oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to make YouTube content. I want to do this or whatever. And you get there and everybody makes that channel when they're like 12 or whatever and they make a couple of videos but they drop off pretty quick because they don't quite understand what's going on. And so I say that like the biggest issue of people, small content creators or small YouTube channel people or whatever you want to call them, even like small like amateur filmmakers, I think it comes into that notion of you sort of fall away from the wagon almost because it's like a commitment issue, I think. And I think that those issues come from a number of places. But I think a lot of the time it's, I guess, an innate, like I was saying, it's that combating, you know, should I just, go get a 9 to 5, go get like an actual job instead of like pursuing this dream because it would be easier. But nothing in life is easy, so why should you settle for something that you perceive as being easier when the hard thing is what you want? And if anything, your life is going to be a hell of a lot harder in the long run when you're like 80 years old and you're like, I've wasted my life working this job that I hate. I think the only thing that you should be worried about in life there's like, what is it, the two truths, what, death and taxes. So everybody's gonna die and everybody has to pay taxes. So I mean, as long as you pay your bills, you're fine, right? I think that that's the main thing. As long as you have like what your minimum requirement to survive, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking from like what somebody would call like a privileged worldview, I guess in that sense. But I don't know. It's I think the world is kind of gonna the world's kind of not great. I don't know. It doesn't seem that way. I think the internet contributes to that opinion, but I think that the world could be better. But given the way that it is, I mean, if you're online and you're like doom scrolling and stuff, and you're stuck in like this idea of like the world fucking sucks, I think it's it might suck. So like, why add more suffrage to your own life? And I understand that like money is a requirement in that, but like I don't know. You gotta like it's that the human quality of like perseverance, I guess, is like the thing that we have to fall back on and rely on getting us through the hellscape that is life. But he says while he plays Minecraft, quite possibly the polar opposite. I feel in many ways to every sentiment I just said. It's like Minecraft is a very slow paced um, sandbox, you know. But I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna ramble. I'm gonna kind of go in circles on this channel, I think, and maybe I'll improve somewhere along the way in my ability to do it. But I feel like, as I've said, like the channel is really just an excuse for me to like kind of feel out. Oh, like what is it? Because I've never committed to a YouTube channel, I guess, like that hard in that way, where it's like, oh, I've uploaded consistently, and it's like, oh, see what happens where it goes, and like I know that like it could be like a really volatile experience, but I feel like I know a lot of theory, but I don't have a lot of practice, so it's probably worthwhile to try and see what happens. And this is a very different channel than like what I would describe as like the main one that I have, because for the uninitiated, I'm a filmmaker on some level. I'm an amateur filmmaker, I would say, I guess. I have a YouTube channel dedicated to that stuff, and that one's very much like slower going than something like this. So this is also like these types of Minecraft videos are like mostly an excuse for me to be able to make something on a far more consistent basis that I can kind of do completely on my own. And they might be devoid of some level of like creativity, but at the very least, well, they're not like devoid of creativity. It's Minecraft, for God's sake, but it's a different type of thing, right? It's like it's a very different type of product that I'm making. Uh, but we are playing Minecraft in the end at the end here, so we gotta find a place to set up shop because we gotta start building. We gotta start getting resources. Actually, I gotta start mining soon. But yeah, I don't know. This video has kind of gone around the place, done a couple laps. I think in terms of topic already. But this is a nice open pool area. This is a nice like pond, like sort of like I guess ocean. It's got ocean connections, I'm sure. We gotta find like a nice place to set up shop. But I think like the moral of the story, as I've started with like the whole impatience thing, is that ooh, pumpkins. We need to I don't know, you need to slow down. If you're impatient, I feel like you need to channel it and use it. Like that's a thing where it's like I don't think it's inherently a bad thing to be an impatient person. Although I do think that the impatience that I've described and sort of like that wanting to be sort of at the next place sooner, I feel like it's sort of bred by social media in a sense. Um, because social media, I mean, you're always seeing like you're always being flooded with like people who are sort of further along or at the next place or this and that, and so it becomes really easy for you to feel like, oh, I'm not like fast enough, and then like you have hustle culture and all that stuff, so it's like you feel like you're not moving fast enough and you feel like you're not where you need to be, and it's all these things, and social media can become like very encumbering in that way. And like I kind of just hate that. I don't know. I'm coming to a point where I'm turning into like a super old man, and I'm just like I hate the internet. I think it's a plague on the earth. It's I think we'd all be better without it, or at the very least we'd be better with um less um less internet, less social media exposure. But at the same time, we've kind of like constructed a world that requires us to be wired in on some level. Probably not still to the extent that like we are, but you kind of can't get away from it completely, which is super annoying. But but yeah, it's just kind of I don't know. These are like the things plaguing my brain, I guess. And I've been thinking about them, and they kind of stress me out a little bit. And so it's like I guess it's another benefit to this channel to have something like this. It's I guess it's a little therapeutic to just sort of speak to the void. There's something freeing about that too, I guess, because I think there's probably some people will see this. Some people will watch it. Uh, Most people probably won't watch it the whole way, but if you did, hello, congratulations for watching this much of this. Um, Consider subscribing if you've watched this far. Uh, but no, it's there's sort of a therapeutic component to speaking into the void, I guess, because it's I think saying a lot of this stuff out loud makes me feel better than just like sitting around thinking about it and dwelling on it, I guess. Because if I don't get it out to like I guess pursue like I don't know what word I tried to use there, but if I don't get it out to like a conceived or a like the idea of a person, I guess, because somebody might see this and they'll listen and be like, oh, I relate to this. If I keep it sort of bottled in, it's a very it'll just stay there. Whereas if I say it verbally, it's like I'll still probably think about this later, but like for right now, it feels better for sure. Um, Man, I haven't explored like old Minecraft in a long time. This is beta 1.7.3 for the record. Um, I haven't like just properly explored the old world gen in like a long time. It's kind of neat. Like actually, like it's just different. I'm just not used to it this way anymore. So this is fun for me to see. I think, ooh, over there. I like over there. I kind of want to set up shop over there. That's where I think I want to live, sort of in the bottom of this like little valley looking spot. Looks kind of nice. You have like this sort of like natural port thing happening. Um, this could be nice. That could be a nice little spot. We're gonna go over there. Um, but yeah, I don't know if anyone can like kind of relate to that sort of piece of piece of me I've just laid on the table. Uh, then maybe you should also start some form of YouTube channel. Um, I mean, I've mostly made this Minecraft oriented because I've been watching a lot of Minecraft gameplay recently, and I've also been like itching to play lately. Um, which also doesn't help with the whole like wasting time thing that I said earlier. It's like I still just want to play games and stuff, but I'm like, oh, it's a waste of time. Shit, like I can't be doing this. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay to play some games and waste your time here and there, but it's not like so long as you aren't like putting off things that would benefit you or things that you like, in favor of it, then you're fine. Because I think when that's like the what is it, the sign of like addiction or whatever, is like when you start putting things off to feed the addiction, that's when you sort of have a problem. Uh, you know, because things in moderation are fine. Um, most things, not hard drugs. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight for the record. I'm not promoting not promoting that, but yeah, I feel like this whole channel thing is also gonna be like a really interesting exercise in my public speaking ability. And I'm trying to be conscious of it, but I'm definitely like failing here and there because I know that I'm saying a couple of words, probably a lot more than others right now, and that's just I think that's just me. But like this, see there it is. I'm using buffer words and all that stuff still. It's um, it's an interesting. It's gonna be an interesting exercise because I feel like it will make me more conscious of my speaking habits and speaking patterns, and it's gonna make me sort of slow down and think a bit more about what I'm saying. So I wonder if like after doing 100 videos or so, let's say 100, right? If I do 100, that'd be crazy. But um, I'd imagine that by the end of it, I'd have to be speaking. I don't want to say better, but different for sure. Like I think it right. Like it's an interesting exercise in that. You know what I mean? Like you have to surely after speaking into a microphone and sort of trying to convey thoughts for so many videos, you have to get better at speaking, I would imagine, especially if you're like trying to be conscious of it. See, even there, like I'm just more aware of my speech. Just gonna turn that down a little bit. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but this is also gonna be neat. I think playing old Minecraft for a while. Like I think there's a lot of things I kind of like about doing what I'm doing here. Because playing old Minecraft, number one, is a thing that I don't really do. I usually just play latest version of the game, uh, which is good. I think Minecraft is good. I think like the modern Minecraft is good. I don't think there's anything wrong or bad about it or anything. I think beta is cool, but like I think the game has like done a lot over the years, and I would say it's improved pretty heavily. Let's see, one, four. Let's make the house something like this. Let's do like 5. Yeah. No, I think the game's improved a lot. I think there's interesting things to consider about it, I guess. But it's so limited, and that's what I think is really interesting about beta Minecraft, or even alpha. It's like the further you go back, the more limited it is. But when you think about it, people were doing just as crazy stuff with it. Like they were building really cool things with such a limited palette, and that's like I think half the reason why I'm sort of excited to do this to be I don't know, to try and make these videos and then also commit to this beta world at the same time, because it's gonna put me in a place where I don't know, I get to play with this. It's neat. It forced me to slow down, basically, playing this type of game and then talking to you guys. And there's like a nostalgic like element to it because like probably maybe not at 1.7 specifically, but definitely around this era of the game, like I was playing this with like my friends, and I was doing kind of this what I'm doing except like in Skype calls, you know? So it's like it's a fun little like blast from the past for me, I think. And probably for all involved. I feel like a lot of people watch old Minecraft content because they miss uh the vibe of this, of old Minecraft. It's so empty too. There's no villages or anything in this version. Like this is like there's nothing here, and there's no animal breeding, so it's just, you know, the ones that spawn. But it's, I don't know. I think this is gonna be a fun adventure for us to go on. I feel as an audience, as a clan, we're gonna do this. Oh my god. There's gonna be so much resource collection that has to happen. I'm just thinking about that now. But that'll be fun. I'm gonna try to build most of this house, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of covered a lot of what I wanted to talk about here today. Should clean up this floor. But, yeah. I don't know. If any of you guys... I don't know, I'd be curious to know what you guys have to say about any of it, I guess. I'm kind of just, like, posing the question to the void. Like, I know that, like, I think this channel has, like, what, like, 12 subscribers? So it's... I kind of... I don't know. I like this. I'm having fun with this. I came in here, I rambled, and I'm posing a question to the void, just to see if it'll talk back, you know. That's sort of insanity. Ooh, this is a good. I like this. This is a good wall to start a mine on. Actually, I think. Dig. Mark this. This is probably where we're gonna start a mine shaft. This. What's like? It's, oh, it's even. Interesting. Okay. I think we're gonna do a 3. But that's. But yeah. No. Like. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about, like, I don't know, feeling like you're, you know, not moving fast enough, or if you're impatient, or if you want to get anywhere. I don't know. I'd be curious to hear, you know, your thoughts on that. I'd be curious to hear about your thoughts. Like I said, I think before I asked about, you know, any from the limited, you know, YouTube experience, anybody with a small channel who's watching this, or somebody who wants to start. I'd be curious to hear what you have to say about, you know, starting a YouTube channel, or doing it, or why you're doing it. I'd love to know that too, I think. I don't know, I'm talking to the void, man. I'm talking to the void. I'm throwing some questions out, and I'm gonna see if anyone calls back. But and all the questions are at the end of the video, so that means you were really dedicated to the nonsense that I was saying. If you've heard any of this, and you're gonna fill me in, and you're gonna talk to me about it. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna finish up the base of this house, and I think that's, I don't know, is this that's the first video. Well, not a first. This is not the first video on this channel. I kind of dropped off of it for a few months. Stuff just started happening. Did a bunch of film stuff, actually. I'll probably talk more about that in another video. I don't I'm gonna keep that from this one. But if, I mean, that's another question to throw to the void. If you guys want to hear about me and my film stuff, consider, you know, following for that, because whether or not you want to hear about it, you probably will at some point, because that's like the other prevalent thing in my life that I do. Working on a movie now, actually, or not like a big one, like a short one, independent short film. So maybe I'll talk more about that. But I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Maybe I'll vanish again. Who knows? Maybe this will be like a futile attempt at a video, and I'll just disappear into the void again. Maybe not, though. I'd like to try not to. I think before I can't remember how often I was uploading before. I'd have to check, but I think I might try to maintain some level of weekly upload to this channel, because like I said, like, I don't know. I think it's healthy to create stuff, you know, and I think it's healthy to you know, it's healthy to make things occasionally, whether it be painting or whatever your creative medium of choice is. I think it's healthy for you to be making things on a semi-regular basis, because I think that I don't know. I think humans on some level were sort of meant to create art. Uh, I think it's everywhere, and I think it's kind of in our nature to want to make it, or to want to try and, I guess, express ourselves through other methods. But I think that's it. I think I'm gonna. I think that's good for today. I might finish the roof on my own time, or I'll do it next time. But for anybody still here, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Obviously, it's very clear that I'm just firing off the seat of my pants. But thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, liking the video if you're here. Leave a comment. Uh, and I mean, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Maybe. Who knows?